Good morning to Relax and Paint, and I am wanting to share a couple things with you. We're using Folk Art multi-surface paint. Now, what I love about acrylic paint is that it's water soluble, no smell, but this one has a sealer in it, so it goes on multiple surfaces. So metal, glass, wood, indoor, outdoor, and it's thick and creamy. So many times people think I'm using like an oil, but or a tube acrylic, but I'm using 2 ounce bottles or 8 ounce bottles of paint. So this large bottle is available for like the most used colors. And so there's not as many, but there's a ton of beautiful colors. And on my website, onestroke.com, you can get any kind of paint kits that you want from small to larger kits on onestroke.com. Okay, so what I want to share with you is that it's luscious. It's made for my technique, by the way. It's multiple, what you're going to see is that we're multiple colors going on the brush, and it's got a really good coverage. So I don't use water. Also, I use floating medium because water will make one stroke strokes muddy. And so I'm using floating medium, which is this thick, clear gel. So it's the fluff that's inside paint with no pigment in it. So I just wanted to tell you those little bit of notes before we got started. I also want to share with you that I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put kind of a pretty background. I've got, I've got it here, I'm sorry. There we go. A pretty background, and the white is part of the background, and I'm using my one stroke Donna Dewberry painter sponges. All right, so this gives you a nice coat, but I'm going to put some white in here so we see some movement in the background. Okay, now if I see these little nubs, and there, that must have been some paint I let dry in the sponge. So make sure you clean your sponges really good. All right, because we can knock them all off with this side of the sponge when it's all dry, but I'd rather not have them in the first place. All right, so this brush, I lightly dampen it just with my fingers with a teeny bit of water, but we want to have this kind of textured look. I'm making this a little bit contemporary for this cactus painting today, and I had one sweet young lady on my channel that keeps asking for cactus. And I said, let me get through Christmas, and here I am. I'm through Christmas, but I mean, I have Christmas cactus in my garden. I could do that, but I was going to do some thorns and some blossoms on a that's white, that's not the canvas, okay? So you fold this in half so you don't get dry pieces, and you poke it down into your basin right in here in this cubby. And that keeps the water moist in it so I can go wash it afterwards, okay? Now, why I like, see there's little bits on here and they'll rub off after, but why I like to use a sponge is so that I can put a light coat instead of a heavy coat with a paintbrush. So now I can start painting pretty quickly. Now you can draw with a pencil or chalk to get what our shape and everything that we want. I'm going to share with you that I'm going to come in here and get some citrus green and classic green. And I've got a 3/4 inch flat brush. I wet this, I laid it on the paper towel, and now I'm ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to come around here and come down. So I've got plenty of paint here. I'm using the outer edge of this brush to draw my cactus. And cactus are fun. I'm just doing a quick one today. I can also show you I've done different kinds of cactus in the same painting before. All right. See how I'm doing the shape of the cactus? This is kind of like one I have in my yard. All right, so I can work in here. I can also put a little few strokes to make it look a little bit contemporary with splashes of color. And sometimes I put splashes of pink in here too, or purple. All right, so we're going to come out here and do another cactus. And I can put some ink in here or some aqua. All right, so now what we want to do is I'm going to put a blossom up here, and that blossom's going to probably get right there. Okay, and now let's just do one more. This is another little piece of cactus here, and it'll have a little bud on it. Okay, and we'll put a little bud that comes out there. And we can use peach. Think about all the different colors you can make cactus, but flowers, because there's all kinds, yellow, pinks, whatever. All right, so I'm going to kind of leave it like that. I can also come in here and add a little bit of white, just like a glare in there. Let's do it again. Okay. Now we're going to put the little thorns in here, which will really add to it. There we go. Now let's put some pink in here. All right. So I am going to put some magenta and some yellow. I put out purple, but now I changed my background. I don't think I want purple. Okay, and so then I'm gonna get some bright yellow. Oh, I got ochre. What about daffodil yellow? Daffodil yellow. Okay, so we're gonna put just a little bit so I can dip into it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pick up a 16 flat, and you can, all my brushes are one stroke brushes, and this is a 12, sorry, my 16, here's a 16. All right, I use a 3/4 a lot. So the green handle brushes are value pack brushes, so you can look for those. All right, so I needed this smaller 16 to do the bud. So like I'm gonna pick up 2 colors, and then if you have a problem loading the brush with one stroke, then go to my practice strokes and look under double loading. And I have tools and all that help that happen for you. Okay, so this is going to be the bud. It's coming right off the side here. All right, so you're going to come in here, come in here. So now do you see I've got magenta right here, magenta, yellow, and white. And I'm going to come right here and right there. And that's going to make a cute little bud for you. You can just do these little cactus, little pieces. All right, but it is just connected right there to that little piece of cactus. All right, so now I'm going to come here and let's take the 3/4 again. And so I've got white and magenta. Sorry, white and magenta. Let's pick up yellow, daffodil yellow. So that's not double loading, that's multi-loading. All right, we don't need medium yet. And we medium, we want this to feel like butter when you're stroking. So I want you to think about this. All right, I'm going to come down here and then come back up. I'm going to come right over here. Okay, and see how I keep picking up white? Okay. Right, so as long as you have lots of paint on here, you can do stroke over stroke. Like I can decide I want this a little bit bigger. There it covers that base a little bit better. And I can make this a little bit bigger. I went over and picked up some more yellow and white. Okay. And then we're going to come all the way around. So I'm going to come up here. Yeah, now look, I dipped straight into the medium and worked that in because it's feeling a little dry up here. But see, I don't want it to get muddy. All right, see, so I lost some of the pink. Let's come right in here. Okay, so that's the back petals. I'm going to come right in here, kind of do this one over. Okay, now we want a center in here. The center right in there, all right? So what's going to happen is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go right up here and right up here. And let's get some more yellow. What I want you to see is I can come right in here. A bit more. So look, I can come around. Back around. Watch what happens. I'm coming here. Okay. And a little bit more. So okay. I want to flatten this brush. Look, if I say I don't like this, I can start over. Let's get magenta, yellow, and I can come right in here. Okay, and then just restroke that right there. Put a little bit more paint. All right, so now I'm going to put the center. Okay, so I can come right in here. I touch and I pull with, this is a 2-script liner and I'm using daffodil yellow. All right, we're going to keep pulling it in. Okay, right in the center. And I can come in here with just white and tap the tops. Okay. And I do, like say I want it darker. I can put a little bit of magenta with a little bit of that classic green or even purple. And set that, the stamens in the middle of that. Okay, it gives you a little bit of depth. And we can use that right here too to make this a little bit attached, but have a little bit of purple in there. Okay. Now what we want to do is I usually use white. And then I can come back and put, you make this inky with water. That's the only time you usually do water, but or to clean your brush, but you don't use floating medium to make it inky, okay, guys? All right. So I want you to see that I can come right out here, and because the green's wet, I can make these little thorns. All right. And I can use dark green too. See how I space it? Let me get some more white, sorry. Okay, so you can do these black, dark green, any kind of color that you want. You can also have a few in here that are little. And sometimes I've seen them in paintings where they do this bright pink. So we're going all the way around the edges. And some of the cactus have grooves, and I darken those with dark green. I'll have to do that another time for you. This is just like a really fun contemporary looking young cactus, and a lot of youth like cactus on their shirts and on their backpacks. And if you live in that part of the country, you like it for a lot more reasons, right? Here we go. Okay, so I'm coming around here and I am going to put a little bit of darker. So we can use a little bit of water with classic green. I'm going to add a little purple in there so it's darker. I don't want white in there. Okay, you roll the two script liner. All right, so we can then, I don't know if that's going to show. We might need to get sap green. No, that's not going to show. All right, so I'm going to get a darker green. Okay, we're not thicket, we want sap. Everything we're getting is thicket. Okay, sap green. Okay. Now, Folk Art Multi-Surface Paint, wonderful. You're going to love it. And it's thick and creamy. See how luscious it is? It's nice and creamy. All right, so, but then I can break it down with water and make it a little bit darker. See, so I could go in some of these spots, put a couple of these spots that have some darker in there. But let's put a few of these. You can do them a lot or a little. All right, so I can also come in here with pink or more white. And some cactus have these very long thorns. I can tell you I've got some of those with big platters in my yard. And they're scary to even go by because I've fallen off my horse into when I was growing up into cactus. It's not a pretty sight. Very painful. Even my little 3-year-old grandson got home and said to his mommy, something's bite my bottom. And she found one of these thorns in his butt. He must have in his butt cheek where he like was running around in the backyard. All right, you see that? Now I'm gonna make these smaller in here because this guy's smaller, right? So one way that you can do it to and feel more comfortable is that you can go around and just put dots, and the dots will help you see where you want this to be. Okay, was that a simple little project? I wanted y'all to do something relaxful, and you can make any color you want, okay? There you go. And I'm going to sign it and share it. Hope you like it. That's there. Just kind of relaxing and easy. And we'll try some more cactuses later. If y'all like this, let me know. And please check out my One Stroke Advantage YouTube channel, where a membership where you can come learn lots more and get 20% off anything you buy off my website. Every month you get a free coupon that you remember. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.